Okay, let's go back to some of the specifics that that GATA is doing. Let's talk first about the Freedom of Information Act, which has been that's been about what, a 2 or 3 year effort now?
Well, yes, we've been plotting to get documents out of the Fed and the Treasury Department about gold. A couple of years ago, we made a very detailed Freedom of Information request to the Federal Reserve for access to its gold records, particularly to its records of gold swaps. On September 17, 2009, our lawyer, William Olson of Vienna, Virginia, received a very interesting letter from Kevin M. Warsh, who's a member of the Fed's Board of Governors. Warsh was acting as a sort of a hearing officer in the internal Fed appeal of our denial of access to the Fed's gold information. Warsh upheld the denial of the information to us, but on the third page of the letter he said something very interesting. He revealed that the Fed has gold swap arrangements with foreign banks and that these arrangements must remain secret and they were properly withheld from us. Now, I construed this as a contemporaneous admission that the Fed, even now in the present, not just these historical documents that we've compiled over the years, but right now in the present, at least as of September 17, 2009, the Federal Reserve is at least contemplating tampering with the gold market surreptitiously through these gold swap arrangements. Now, Warsh's letter did not say that the Fed had implemented any of these arrangements. His letter said simply that the Fed has these gold swap arrangements with foreign banks. I take that as an admission that the Fed is surreptitiously at least contemplating being in the gold market now, very likely is in the gold market and has been for quite some time. Now, we brought suit against the Fed under the Freedom of Information Act. We brought the suit in U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia on December 31st, 2009. And the other day we won a small, but I was hoping significant ruling from the judge. The Fed had identified some records that it felt was responsive to our request, but did not want to present them to us or heavily redacted them. The Fed presented a list of these documents to the court on something that's in legal jargon called a Vaughan index of the documents. We asked the judge to order the Fed to produce these documents in their complete nature without redaction so that she could review them privately and determine whether the Fed's claim of exemption for them from the Free Information Act was valid. The judge granted our motion against the Fed's objection a couple of weeks ago, and the Fed produced the documents to the judge, and we're waiting to see what the judge says about the releasability of the documents. The case could still go either way. The Fed has got a motion in for summary judgment against us. We have another motion before the court to have the court order the Fed to answer 25 interrogatories from our lawyer about the Fed's activity in the gold market. We think we can show how the Fed has made the most inadequate search of its gold records. I mean, we have collected gold-related records from Federal Reserve internet sites and things like that that the Fed apparently has not even located. The Fed is not trying to be comprehensive in producing information to the court here, but we've asked the judge additionally to let us interrogate the Fed with 25 questions about its gold records. If the judge grants that motion, I think the Fed will be in a lot of difficulty regarding the gold price suppression scheme.
What is the timetable? First of all, with regard to the judge reviewing the documents, when do you expect to hear that? And what about the request to have the 25 questions?
It's entirely up to the Judge James. There could be action this week, or it could take months. There's nothing for us to do but wait now.
There's no indication as to when the judge is going to
No, and you know, it's really entirely up to her. There's some reason for hope insofar as, one, she did grant one of our motions against the Fed. The Fed has been trying to dismiss this case on various grounds with many briefs over the last year and has not yet succeeded in doing that. And the judge in a recent case involving the Securities and Exchange Commission, another case, expressed great skepticism of the government's attempt to make a very lenient settlement with one of the big investment banks. So we think there's some evidence anyway that the judge is capable of holding the U.S. government to account.